What's up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to Niecy W Beauty. My name is Denise or Niecy. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and I hope you consider subscribing. This is my makeup basket for the week of June the 4th. I am going to grab my basket from last week. I will just sit it on my lap here. Anyway, I will go through the makeup items that I had in my basket for last week and share with you what I used, what I did not use, what I may have substituted, and so forth. So, my makeup basket is a bit of a mess. I'm trying to get it back together here. That is a mascara. And put my things back down in here that I use on a regular basis. And I feel like I'm rambling before the video even starts. So, last week, foundation was the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 17, and the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation in the shade 370. Used those pretty much all week and enjoyed them, but those will be definitely going back. I used the Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette in my Monday morning makeup video last week and did not use it anymore in the week, but it was okay when I used it last week. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark. This is an OG fave. This has a little bit of a dent in it. I always enjoy using that. That's one of those products you can go back to over and over again. Tower 28 Blush in Office Hours. Didn't use. Don't know why I did not use, because it is pretty much, I think I'm going to put it back for this week because I don't think I have anything that's that shade, but it's this shade here and I'm going to put that back. I am not going to start swatching stuff, I promise, but that is the shade Office Hours. Alright, and here I go again because I want to swatch this one. The LYS blush in the shade Inspire. Didn't use. Gosh, why didn't I use this one? But that's what that looks like. Didn't use. And it's being put back because I have some other blushes that I would rather use this week. The concealer from Mally in Rich, and this is her The Plush Pen Brightening Concealer, and that is what that shade looks like. I really like this one. This one you definitely have to tap in or you will tap it off, rub it off rather, but I really liked it. So Mally is another one of those brands that I can just keep going back to over and over again. I don't think she gets enough love on these YouTube streets, but yeah, I still like her. Her and Laura Geller. Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. I did use this one, but I ended up switching this one out for another blush. Another bronzer, which is the bronzer that is going to be in my basket for this week. And this is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker in Cocoa Naughty. And that is what that looks like. So that's going to stay in my basket for this week along with, where's that blush? Oh, right here. That's going to stay. I am going to get into my, I am going to get into my eyeshadow palettes for the week, and the first one I grabbed is the Sydney Grace Unbreakable Bond in Deep, And that is what that looks like. And this is the Color Story. And I did use this one. I like this palette. That's a nice neutral. You can go from day to night with this palette. This is one of those palettes that you could probably take with you on vacation and just pretty much have everything you need. Unless you want bright colors. But enjoy using that one. The Unearthly Cosmetics Sleepover palette I did use, and I liked it. Very pigmented, and a lot of these shades you can kind of use as blushes, like blush, bronzer maybe, inner corner highlight right there. But when I took this off, I did notice that it stained my lids a little bit. Wasn't too bad, but it did stain my lids a little bit. It says the shades Flirty, Cuddles, Satin, Sweetheart, Beloved, Sleepover, Bouquet. Pressed pigments for cheeks. Yeah, and that's pretty much the shades I showed you for blushes. But I use them for my eyes. This is an eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette. I may try to use this, not this week, but I may try to use this for blushes also because the pans are humongous. So I can see being able to get some use out of that for blush. The Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette. This is what it looks like. I did get to use this palette this week. The shades, what is this? I can't see. Delicate Arch. It doesn't help that it's in cursive. Something Redwoods, I guess that's Giant Redwoods or whatever. In the shade The Narrows. Yes, these three right here. Absolutely love. I don't know if I had this in my basket or not, but I did use the Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter palette. This is a nice palette. The last three palettes I didn't use, and this is the Adept Cosmetics. I think this is called the Inspire palette, and this is what it looks like. Really pretty, lots of duochromes. Just a really pretty palette. I just was kind of off 2 days this week with this freaking knee and being in so much pain. So that kind of killed 2 days of using palettes for me. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics All I Ever Wanted Volume 2. And looks like this. I did not use that one. Nor did I use the Garden of Juvia's. And Lord, I wanted to use this one. Maybe I'll put it back next week. Because my vibe is not pastel this week. So, didn't use that one. And I think that is it for the products that I didn't use. I don't know why, but I don't... Hold on. Okay, so the only 3 lip products that I ended up using last week was the Urban Decay matte lipstick in the shade Horchata. I used this one. I like this. And I just don't like opening and closing it because it's like a puzzle. The MAC lipstick in the shade Hug Me. Dang near the same shade. I like that. And then this Merit lip oil in the shade Mapleton. I think that's the shade. I used that. The others that I pulled for last week, which are sitting right there looking at me, I didn't even use. Let's see. What is this one? Hold on, I'm just looking at something real quick. I picked up some stuff from the new Fenty Summer line. So cute, so bright. Anyway, let me start with like my complexion stuff for this week and tell you what I pulled and what I'm going to be actually using. So I did pull the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, I think it's a blurring balm. Yeah, blurring balm powder. I have it in the shade 8. I use this in my Monday morning makeup, and I took it off after that video. This is a little bit too red. I think I am going to pick up the shade 7 eventually. As it gets a little further into summer, I am definitely going to try to use this again, because you just don't waste Danessa Myricks. So I did pull that for this week, and I used it for my Monday morning makeup, so that counts as a use, but I don't think I'm going to be using it anymore this week. What I put on instead is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow Skin Tint, and that is that. So you all know I am a fan of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream in the matte version, and the glowy version, and the regular version, the Bye Bye Foundation, the Bye Bye Foundation Matte, all of it. I love it. But this is my first time actually using the CC Plus Nude Glow, and I got it in my regular shade Rich Honey. I had picked it up in Rich Neutral, but believe it or not, the Rich Neutral I think was a little bit more red than the Rich Honey, so I switched it out for the Rich Honey. And I am going to be using the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer in the shade 50N. I keep saying I need to get that in 35N, but for this month, your girl is on a no buy. I watched Dion Loves Makeup, and I watched Lock Maiden. They did a collab last week. Was it Friday or so? Somewhere around the end of the week last week, of their no buy that they did in May and how they felt about it. And I listened to every point they made, and I decided that I need to slow down for June. Like, slow down to a screeching halt and not buy any makeup. So today is the 4th of June, and so far I have kept my promise to myself. The thing is that I bought quite a few things that I wanted before I even decided to do the no buy. So you all are still going to be seeing a lot of videos with like new palettes, like the Wildflower palette, and my Monday morning makeup is going to be using the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I have the Nomad Cosmetics Okavanga Safari palette. I bought the 2 new Oden's Eye palettes, and this is why I'm on a complete no buy for the month of June. And I am definitely going to stick to it, because I need to stop spending my money on makeup. I am going to be out soon enough with surgery on my knee, so I don't need to be spending money on makeup. With that being said, we're going to move on. I pulled the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. I wish they would abbreviate these things. It's just the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I have mine in the shade 4 or Deep. Probably could go with a shade up like tan or something, but this works. I also pulled an oldie but goodie for me, and this is before they even changed their logo. This is how old this is, but I tried it and it's still soft. It has no smell to it, but needless to say, this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Radiant Light. And I put that on today. This thing is glowy. It was all over my forehead and just all over the place. Forehead is too big to be putting a beaming light on it. So let me bring myself down some. And so those are my 2 setting powders. I have blushes. I have the Bare Minerals Gen Nude But First Coffee blush, and I haven't used this one in a while, and I really liked this one before, so I'm going to be using that. I got myself from BoxyCharm a fresh, brand new NARS Taj Mahal blush, and you know we love a good Taj Mahal on women of color, so I am going to be using that. It is sunny outside, but like one of the clouds must be blocking the sun because I'm not getting the light I normally get in here for this time of day. I am going to be using from MAC, and this is one of their mineralized blushes, and it is called Flirting with Danger. And let me open that up. This packaging, I promise you, was so hard to open, but that is Flirting with Danger. And I pulled a Milani baked powder blush, and this is in the shade Sunrise Serenita. And I am actually going to be using this one as a highlighter this week, and I do have it on my cheeks today, so as you see, it works well as a highlighter. And I pulled one liquid blush, and that is from Say, and it is the Dewy Blush in the shade Dreamy, because I wanted something on the pinky side. So that is it for my blushes. I will tell you my oh good, I don't see it anymore. Good. My Monday morning makeup video is going to be a bit of a mess. My foundation, as I told you, was too red. I got a couple of drops of this on my dress, which kind of made me mad. But I was able to get it out. I used like Palmolive antibacterial dishwashing liquid and got it out. So, but yeah, I'm going to post that video. It is going to be a mess, but I'm going to post it anyway. So, we are going to move on to my eyeshadow palettes, and then we will do lips. So, I do have, and this one is not going to be in my makeup basket this week, but I do need to do a video on it, and that's the Okabanga Safari. I have the Natasha Denona Yucca palette, and it's going to be in my Monday morning makeup tomorrow, and it looks like this. Love this color story, but you will definitely hear my thoughts on this palette tomorrow. So we'll put that in there. I am going to put these things in my basket that I already talked about. And the next palette that I pulled for this week is one of my favorite Sydney Grace palettes, and this is the collab with Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace, and it is the Tidy Marbles palette, and it looks like this. And I think that this palette is still available, at least last time I looked, and I'll notate somewhere on the screen if it's still available. I pulled the Ace Beauty Tropical Vibes palette, and it looks like this. I am about to hold this up to this Yucca palette real quick, because you know Ace Beauty came out last year with this color story, and now you got a couple of other folk coming out with this color story, but the Ace Beauty looks like a more vibrant version of the Yucca palette to me. So we are going to be using the Tropical Vibes. I pulled out a couple of my palettes from Alter Ego, and this one is a dupe for a Pat McGrath palette. This is the Luster Charm 10 color pressed powder palette, and it looks like this. I can't remember which one this is a dupe of, but it is a dupe of a Pat McGrath palette. And this is a the dupe for the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. And this is the Artemis palette. And it looks like this, chaotic. But I like this palette. Glad I did not spend the money on the actual Natasha Denona because that's one of her expensive palettes. The last one I pulled is because I wanted a little bit of color, and I threw away the actual outside packaging because it was too bulky. And that is the Glam Light Cake palette. I know that is weird, like when you see the other stuff that I pulled out, but this is what the cake palette looks like. It is summer, so, well, unofficially it's summer, so I pulled this out for a little bit of color. I don't have room for that. I may use that in conjunction with one of the more neutral palettes because I don't think I see myself going full color and then going to work. Although, this shade right here, what is the name of it? Guava? This one right here, gorgeous. I would put that one all over my lid with the shade Chocolate. There you go. I can make that work appropriate. All right, and my lips is the last thing. And I'm going to show you what I pulled out. And then I'm going to show you what I have that's new, that's like in the Maybe palette. I might pick it up this week and use it. So I pulled out one of the Tower 28 glosses. And this is in the shade Sesame. This is one of my favorites because you can just pop it on your lips and go. I pulled out, and I feel like it's gone off of my lips. And this is from Merit Beauty, and this is their, I don't know what they call these lipsticks, but let me see, can I show you the name of it? La Avenue? I don't know if I'm saying that the right way, but this is what it looks like in the tube, but that's what it looks like on my lips, so not too dark. So I have two Merit lipsticks, and this is my first time trying this shade, but now I know I like both of them. And then I have a whole bunch of Bare Mineral / Buxom. So let me show you my little mini Buxom. And this is in one of my favorite shades from them. This is Hot Toddy. This is definitely, and I think I have this in a full size. This is definitely one of those ones you can just pop on your lips and go. And this is the, I think, one of their full-on lip creams. Yeah, one of their full-on lip creams. And then I have, I think these are all Gin Nude. Is the packaging the same? Kind of, but not really. But so anyway, let me just show you what I have. So the first one I have is in the shade Frenchie. And Frenchie looks like this. Really pretty. And then I have the shade Seriously Red. And that looks like that. I always pull out a red lipstick and then I'm scared to wear it. This is in the shade Crave, and this formula is a little bit different. These are more balmy, I think. And then I have the shade Mantra, which is one of those pop it on your lips and go. I think I had two of these. I don't know if I still have the other one. So those are the shades that I actually pulled for the week. And then I just picked up some things from the Fenty Summer line. And I actually picked up her little water bottle, which is cute. I can take this out with me when I'm going outside for a walk. And I think it's like 16.9 ounces of water or something. So it's small enough that I can just take it outside with me. But I picked up her little cheek matchstick. And this is in the shade Cherry Pop. First of all, the packaging is gorgeous. And the matchstick It's not like her other ones. This one is a little bit like on the sheer side. And this is one of those pH activating things. So when you put it on, it looks clear. And then the color just kind of develops. And if I remember, I'll show you later on. And I think you can use this for your lips and for your cheeks. And I got 2 of her Icon lipsticks, so which means I had to get 2 of the components. Listen, this is why I'm on a no buy. But out of all, I kind of collect these things. And out of all of the ones I have collected, this one is my favorite because it's like 2 different shades, like pink and orange. And you have pink and orange at the top of it. And I got it in the shade, this one is Miss Candy Venom, so it looks like this. Nice bright summer color. And then this one, and you do twist and pop these things out. This one is in the shade Nosy Rosy, and I don't know why they call it Nosy Rosy because it's like orange, but Nosy Rosy. And then I picked up one of her I don't know what you call Pout Sickle, maybe that's the name of it. And this is in the shade Gem and I, so kind of reminds me of Gemini. And this is, I'm going to swatch this one for you, and this is that cheek color developed a little bit more. And then that is the shade Gem and I, and that is really pretty. So I liked her little summer collection. I think that's all I got from her summer collection was these 3 lippies, the cheek. Might not be much else to the collection. And then I got the water bottle also, which has that nice gold Fenty Beauty on the on the front. And then I just love the color scheme of her summer collection. So I might be pulling those. And that Pout Sickle is actually like a stain. So I wiped it off and it's stained. So you should still have some on your lips throughout the day. But that is it, you all. That is my makeup basket for the week of June the 4th. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That was almost 30 minutes. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.